Hi, this is LauraJthe.Treetalker, and today we're doing a 5-card draw from my Oracle deck, Tree Oracle deck, about what we should be thinking about for the next little while, maybe a few days or a week, I don't know, couldn't tell you what. But anyway, here are the cards, and I will shuffle a little bit, and actually I probably ought to move the screen down now. I hope you can see that all right. They're kind of hard to shuffle, as you can see. Give it up. Okay. Okay, enough of that. So, now, just a card. So, things we need to be concentrating on. Okay, we have Flame Tree, which is ignition. We have Poinciana, and this is reversed. Right, reversed. We have Shack, apportioning, but that is reversed as well. We have, I think it's pronounced Tarairi, and it is also reversed. Hang on. And we have a lot of reversal today. Papaya, which is transmigration, and it is also reversed. So, ignition means taken off. Apportioning reversed would be to hold to oneself. Cleverness reversed would be either a cleverness that is for ill intent or just plain stupidity, one or the other, and of course that's fine. Redress would mean, reversed, would mean not to be judicious, not be fair in terms of addressing one's grievances. And then you've got transmigration reversed. And transmigration commonly is in terms of the Hindu concept of transmigration of souls, which is essentially moving on to a higher realm or moving on to a realm where you have something else to learn. So in reverse, this would mean that people are stuck because of what they believe. So, taken overall, I would say that what we need to be paying attention to is the basic intents of the occurrences, well, to be honest, within this administration. And it's all them working as fast as they can to put in things that frees us in terms of our spiritual development, that are really kind of nasty, and that very unfair, to the citizenry of the country, and that no grievances will really be redressed. Now, if I wanted to go into that in any depth, I would say that stuff we all hear about all the time if you watch the news, which is, as we know, they came in and it was like from day one, whoopee, let's do as many things as we can to see what we can get away with. And the apportioning reversed means that it's a very select few who really get anything out of it, and obviously the billionaires and the corporations and stuff, very rich people and corporations, and the whole idea is pass an economic thing that basically takes away all the good things that the government does for people and hand the money over to rich people. Sounds great, doesn't it? Okay, so grievances being redressed is not happening because, as we know, wrong this way. As we know, there's the people that elected the current guy had a lot of grievances, and he promised to redress those things and is not. As a matter of fact, he's doing the opposite. So, and I would say the guy who's the chief of staff is behind a lot of this stuff because it's sort of this awareness enough of the law that he kind of knows where to hit. But it's very ill intent. Now, okay, I think, and you might wonder why this would come up that we should have our attention on more than anything else. And I would say that it is, before we can move on as a country, as a populace, whatever side of the fence you're on, people have to understand that they are essentially being used, and that nothing they were promised is going to happen. And these guys are trying to get it done so fast that they won't notice, and that they can kind of change laws and make it so that it doesn't matter who votes for what, because they'll always stay in office. And that's what I see as the main issue. Now, I hate to leave it in a kind of a negative thing like that, but that's kind of what's going on. So I'm going to take these out, and I'm going to put them back in. Well, what I'm going to do is reshuffle and do a question towards positivity, because frankly, I mean, if you the point is that people need to be aware of what's really happening, and until a preponderance of the population understands that that's what's going on, they're not sitting and say, well, give him a chance, and he said he would, and blah blah blah. Okay, but that's, I'm assuming those people don't watch stuff like this. So they don't care. And if they do, they can make a comment that's something nasty, and that's fine, and I'll say okay and block them. Unless they're actually wasn't willing to have a discussion, which I also doubt. But you never know. At any rate. Anyway, so let's see. What shall we ask? How about, what do we need to concentrate on to turn this thing around? Because that's what we really want. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's this little drip. Boom. That is my wood stove. It snowed last night, and the snow is melting. All right, so it's dripping down the pipe. So, okay. All right, so we're going to have another 5 card. And this is, what do we need to do as a country, as a people, to turn this around? Okay. So we've got Buckeye, right side up. What do you know? All right, so we have this one. Constitution. I should show you. Okay. Oh. All right. I want to see what's happening here. Okay. Lights. All right. Everything's backwards when they do this stuff. So Constitution. And you've got Holly. transformation. You've got Olive, organizing. And I will post these things on my post page. If you go to the home page and look under posts, I'll post picture of the reading itself and of pictures of each one of these trees. Okay, we've got mahogany with creativity reversed. There. So, and we've got, all right, fortitude, lime, and that's also reversed. All right, so Constitution, which means, well, it could mean the Constitution. I mean, I was thinking Constitution in terms of one's makeup. So it could be either. I'll leave that for a second and come back to it. But Constitution is like your basic constitution means, you know, how well you are, how physically fit you are, what is your, or not, what is your constitution, or it could mean the Constitution, like I say. Okay, and then you've got transformation, which the first thing that comes to mind is that transforming the politics of this country, which have gotten very nasty and divided. It's funny because I've been watching PBS had is finishing it off, but had a rerun of Ken Burns' 10 episode thing of the Civil War, and Netflix also has a 5 episode, and they concentrate a little bit on separate things, and a lot of it's the same, but at that time, as everybody was saying, oh, we've never seen the country so divided and all this kind of thing. Well, here we are again. And I suspect that this was the way it was before World War II. And I mean, I think if one looks at history, you find that these things go in cycles. And people have not just short attention spans, but they kind of get into a place where they think that whatever the status quo is all that it's ever been. And we don't remember that during the Revolutionary War, it was a huge mess, and we were fighting our home country, and the French were being brought into it, and there was all kinds of financial stuff, and meanwhile the native peoples were, you know, for or against, depending on, and it was quite a big deal. But there was a lot going on, and we were very divided then too. And so these things go in cycles, and also once things settle down, people start getting complacent about what they've got at the moment. Okay, so I would see this as a transformational time in terms of our division. The division will lessen at the very least, but it's going to take some time. But remember that the last reading was saying, you know, people needed to become aware of what was really going on and get rid of their delusions before they could say, we've been ripped off. But it's going to take that before this transformation can happen, because I believe as a country, people do like being here, you know, and I don't think anybody wants to be under a dictatorship. Okay, so and then you got Olive, which is organizing. I would think that'd be pretty obvious. Organization is probably one of the biggest things. I mean, all these rallies, they get organized. It's not just people, you know, wow, let's show up on the street and do a protest. No, people organize. So creativity reversed. Creativity. Oh God. Oh well, I have a picture on there. Creativity reversed would be, what comes to mind is that it would be a situation where you want to work together, and you want to kind of not so much follow the leader, but let your creative instincts move at another time after something has been established, or what you want is being more achieved. Now, fortitude is stick to it. So reversed. And why would we not want to be fortitude? Or like, I have the inner strength it takes. Okay, well, all right. So what we need to know is that we need to work on our stick-to-itiveness. We need to know that you can't just say, oh, well, it's not going to work, I'm going to quit. And there's always things people can do, no matter what your physical situation is. I mean, not everybody is able to go out and protest. But there are things you can do to help people, if you like, get the courage to not just go into despair. I mean, I would think that would be what it is, because it is very easy to go into despair, particularly if you're watching the news a lot, or not, or if you're seeing that your mortgage is you can't pay your mortgage, or you can't shop, or you can't pay your car payments or buy food or stuff. It wears you down. So we have to be aware that that is happening. And I think those people are counting on that happening so that they can make people depressed and just give up. I think that's what that means. And in terms of the creativity, that's another thing. We have to remember that people need to, there again, it's a thing of feeling the energy and motivation to figure out things you can do. So we have to remember that the situation as is, particularly as it gets reported all the time, serves to depress people and make them feel hopeless. So what you want to do is figure out ways to feel better, to feel hopeful, to feel that there is something you can do. And it isn't just getting out protesting, or, I mean, I can't do that because of my arthritis and whatnot. I just can't. I can't handle it. So these are things that are important to do. So I will do those anyway. Chain back up. There. Alrighty. So anyway, so that is a sort of a two-part thing today. And I will post this afternoon sometime. And I hope that you, well, maybe I should discuss things. Oh, or should I? I don't know. Well, like I say, I think that we as a people need to be aware of what the intent is. We need to discover what the intent is. We need to say, okay, this is being done to us, and recognize it. Don't just say, oh no, it's not really happening, because it is. And that understanding reality has to spread before anything can change. And then after, try to keep your spirits up. Do whatever you have to do to keep your spirits up. Talk to other people, or if you're like me, yeah, there's people I talk to. But in terms of feeling better, I watch people do the kind of stuff I do, which is like psychic readings or tarot readings or astrology. And if you're not into that kind of thing, which you probably are if you're watching this, or there's movies or concerts or anything to make you feel like you got my spirits together, I can do what I have to do to help out. Anyway, I think that is it for this reading. So I hope that you have, what is today? Today is Tuesday. I hope that you have a good rest of the week, and I will post something of the asking the tree what it wants to talk about thing towards the end of the week. And I hope that you enjoy these things and do comment, because I have gotten some nice comments lately, and I tend to go into a long dissertation when I answer them. So anyway, have a good week, and I will talk to you soon. This is LauraJthe.Treetalker. Thank you. Bye.